Chosen one, when the world turns its back, when doors slam in your face, that is the exact moment the universe whispers, I am about to move on your behalf. Like a storm gathering strength in silence, your breakthrough is already brewing, unseen, unstoppable, inevitable. In 2008, a small bookstore in Detroit faced bankruptcy. Customers vanished, bills stacked sky high, and employees quit one by one. The owner, weary and abandoned, prayed not for rescue, but for guidance. Days later, a celebrity stumbled in by chance, praising the store online. Suddenly, the shop was flooded with customers, the community rallied, and what seemed like defeat transformed into a triumph that no one could have predicted. The silence of abandonment is louder than any noise. You feel it in your bones. Friends vanish, mentors ignore your calls, your efforts go unnoticed. Yet this is the divine pause, the universe preparing the stage. Every empty seat in your life is a placeholder for those God will send. The pain is heavy, but the weight is purposeful. By letting go of the false support, you gain clarity, direction, and protection. The chosen one doesn't panic when forsaken. They trust in unseen forces aligning in their favor. Betrayal is often the spark of awakening. You remember the coworker who undermined you, the family member who doubted you, the partner who walked away. Every word that cut like a knife was actually a message from the divine. Your path is not here. The universe trims your circle, sharpens your vision. Today you rise stronger, armed with discernment, carrying energy no one can touch. Forsaken? Yes. Broken? No. Chosen? Always. The betrayal is a mirror reflecting your true strength. Patience is your invisible weapon. You've sat in quiet desperation, wondering if your prayers even matter. But in that very waiting, God moves. Unseen transactions, doors opening you never imagined. You may not see it, but your life is being redirected toward abundance, protection, and triumph. The world may forget you, but heaven never will. The chosen one knows, what is delayed is not denied. What seems like solitude is actually a sacred formation of allies, opportunities, and destiny converging on your behalf. Your tears water unseen miracles. Every night you cried in silence, every prayer whispered in desperation, every moment of despair, it is fertile soil for divine intervention. Like seeds buried in darkness, these tears grow into towering strength. What others perceive as weakness becomes your weapon. Forsaken, yet unshakable. Alone, yet protected. Every setback carries a hidden blessing, and every loss is a prelude to victory. The chosen one is never powerless. Their soul is a magnet for grace and breakthroughs beyond imagination. Isolation is your secret classroom. You've felt the sting of empty rooms and silent phones, the hollow echo of expectation unmet. But in that quiet, your spirit learns resilience, your mind sharpens, and your heart aligns with God's rhythm. Every moment alone is a lesson in patience, every sigh a prayer in disguise. While the world moves on, you are being prepared for a purpose so profound that no human understanding can grasp it. The chosen one knows, solitude is not abandonment, it is the sacred forge of destiny. The world's rejection is your divine redirection. Every no you received, every door slammed shut, every opportunity that vanished was never a punishment, it was a protective hand from God. You were being steered away from harm, into alignment with a path only heaven could see. What felt like loss is actually preservation. You walk forward with confidence, knowing that every setback was God's plan to bring forth a victory bigger than your imagination. The chosen one does not curse the absent. They bless the unseen guidance shaping their journey. Fear is a sign of imminent breakthrough. You felt it, the cold knot in your stomach, the sleepless nights, the tension in your chest. That fear is not a signal to retreat. It is a warning that transformation is near. God moves in moments of fear, in spaces where doubt lingers, in places where human hands cannot intervene. The chosen one embraces the trembling, knowing that the storm is the doorway to triumph. Each heartbeat of fear is a drum announcing your destiny, and every shadow is proof that light is coming. Gratitude is your armor and sword. Even in abandonment, even in betrayal, even in unseen suffering, you find something to thank God for. That small flicker of acknowledgement ignites an energy the world cannot touch. Gratitude multiplies miracles, strengthens your spiritual immunity, and draws protection like a magnet. While others despair at loss, you rise above with a heart that radiates light, a soul that attracts divine timing, and eyes that see blessings hidden in trials. The chosen one never overlooks the small, for in the small, the universe conspires mightily. Your scars are testimonies, not setbacks. Every wound, every disappointment, every heartbreak is a story etched into your soul. They are proof that you survived what most could not. The chosen one wears these scars proudly. They are divine medals of endurance, evidence that God has been moving on their behalf all along. Each scar reminds you of the power of survival, the necessity of faith, and the inevitability of victory. What was meant to break you has instead built you, forged in fire, guided by unseen hands, unstoppable and chosen. Doubt is a signal, not a sentence. When whispers of "you can't" echo in your mind, recognize them as the universe testing your faith. Every naysayer, every critic, every skeptic is a mirror showing what God is about to overturn in your favor. You feel the weight of uncertainty, yet your spirit rises above it, stronger, wiser, and more aligned with destiny. The chosen one knows that doubt is temporary, but divine intervention is eternal. The greater the disbelief around you, the more powerful your breakthrough becomes. Divine timing is your invisible guide. You've prayed, you've hoped, you've waited, wondering why answers have not arrived. But God works in perfect precision, placing every person, every opportunity, every blessing exactly when it is needed. You see the pieces falling into place, sometimes slowly, sometimes suddenly, yet always perfectly. Patience is not idleness. It is trust in the invisible orchestration of your life. The chosen one never rushes the divine plan. They move with purpose, knowing every moment of waiting is constructing a miracle too big to ignore. Your victory is already written. Even when the world forgets your name, even when betrayal leaves you hollow, even when the night seems endless, the story of your triumph has been etched by God. Every step you take, every tear you shed, every prayer whispered in secret, contributes to the unfolding of your destiny. The chosen one walks boldly, even in uncertainty, because the end has already been decided by divine hands. You are not chasing success. Success has been chasing you, orchestrated by powers beyond comprehension, unstoppable, unshakable, and fully aligned with your purpose. Energy follows focus, and focus follows faith. The world may attempt to scatter your mind, distract your heart, and weaken your spirit, yet you remain centered, attuned to the signals of divine guidance. Every action you take resonates with unseen forces. Every decision amplifies your momentum. The chosen one does not compete with the world's chaos. They channel it, transforming it into a magnet for blessings. What seemed like loss becomes leverage. What seemed like isolation becomes preparation. And what seemed like abandonment becomes the sacred arena for divine movement. Your legacy begins in moments of forsakenness. When no one is watching, when no one believes, when the path feels treacherous, you are laying the foundation for your story. Every struggle becomes a testimony, every obstacle becomes a stepping stone, and every prayer becomes a pillar of light for the future. The chosen one understands. The world may have left you, but heaven never will. You are not merely surviving. You are constructing a legacy so powerful that even those who abandoned you will one day stand in awe of your rise. Every no was a protective shield. You remember the moments doors closed, opportunities vanished, and hearts turned cold. At the time, it felt like rejection, but in truth, God was redirecting your path toward blessings no one could foresee. Each closed door preserved you from harm. Each empty hand lifted you closer to divine provision. The chosen one understands. What the world denies is often the exact path heaven intends. Forsaken? Yes. Protected? Always. Victorious? Inevitably. Your faith is the bridge over despair. Even when exhaustion weighs on your shoulders and hope feels thin, you keep walking. Every prayer, every silent affirmation, every tear sheds doubt and strengthens resolve. The world may have forsaken you, but divine energy flows through you, unstoppable, unshakable, unbreakable. The The chosen one does not rely on human hands. They rely on the eternal hands of God, which never fail, never falter, and never abandon. Miracles often arrive disguised as challenges. What seemed like betrayal, loss, or delay was actually a divine invitation, a signal that something greater was unfolding. You may not have understood it at the moment, but now the pieces begin to align. Every setback was a setup, every obstacle was a stepping stone, and every lonely night was preparation for glory. The chosen one sees beyond appearances, recognizing that every trial carries the fingerprints of God's protection. The unseen army is always with you. When enemies plot, when friends desert, when circumstances turn against you, know this: forces beyond comprehension are moving on your behalf. Angels, divine timing, karmic balance, and spiritual alignment are conspiring for your victory. You may feel alone, but in truth, you are never solitary. The chosen one walks in confidence because what humans cannot see, God ensures. Every step forward is reinforced by energy far beyond this world, guiding, guarding, and preparing you for triumph. Your breakthrough is inevitable because your destiny is divine. Every tear, every betrayal, every moment of despair has been catalogued by the universe and transformed into power, courage, and clarity. What once seemed impossible now unfolds as certainty. The chosen one does not question timing, does not despair in absence, and does not tremble at opposition. Victory has been written into your soul, and nothing in the world, no force, no person, no circumstance, can undo what God has ordained. Every storm you've faced was a signal, not a sentence. The chaos, the betrayal, the cold shoulders, and the lonely nights were never the end. They were signs that something greater was approaching. Each struggle was a rehearsal for triumph, each pain a catalyst for transformation. The chosen one does not fear storms, they harness them. Every challenge is proof that unseen forces are rearranging the world in your favor. Forsaken by humans, yet fully protected by the divine, you stand at the threshold of a victory that cannot be denied. Your resilience is the proof of divine orchestration. You've been tested, abandoned, misunderstood, yet here you are, standing stronger than ever. Every moment you endured was a building block, shaping your character, sharpening your faith, and aligning your destiny. The chosen one knows, resilience is not born from comfort, it is forged in fire, tempered in solitude, and strengthened by God's unseen hand. What others perceive as weakness becomes your greatest asset, and what seemed like forsakenness becomes the cradle of your unstoppable rise. The universe conspires when you are faithful. Every step you've taken, every prayer uttered, every act of patience, it all gathers momentum in ways humans cannot perceive. Doors you never imagined open. Allies arrive at the perfect moment. Opportunities manifest seemingly by chance, but they are anything but random. The chosen one walks with unwavering faith, knowing that the world may forsake them, but divine providence never does. Every disappointment transforms into a strategic advantage, every loss becomes a sacred preparation, and every moment of waiting is an investment in unstoppable triumph. Your breakthrough will be unmistakable. When God moves on your behalf, it is not subtle. The timing, the alignment, the sudden reversal of fortune, it will be so vivid that even the doubters will have no choice but to witness your rise. The chosen one does not merely recover, they ascend. What was meant to destroy you becomes the stage for your glory. Forsaken by many, yet unstoppable by any, your life becomes a testament that when humans abandon you, God takes action in ways that redefine reality. Every tear was a prelude to triumph. Every night of sorrow, every whispered prayer, every moment of fear, it was preparation. The universe was listening, angels were recording, and God was strategizing your comeback. Pain transforms into wisdom, isolation becomes empowerment, and despair becomes a launching pad. The chosen one emerges not merely intact, but elevated, radiant, unstoppable. What the world sees as abandonment is actually the precise environment for divine movement. Victory does not sneak up, it announces itself, and when it arrives, your enemies, your doubters, and even your former friends cannot deny it. Every betrayal was a blessing in disguise. You remember the colleagues who sabotaged you, the friends who vanished, the loved ones who turned cold. At the time, it stung like fire, but each act of abandonment cleared your path, removed distractions, and protected you from unseen dangers. The chosen one understands that rejection is often a divine reroute, steering you toward people, opportunities, and blessings that align with God's plan. What seemed like loss becomes protection, and what seemed like defeat becomes preparation for unstoppable victory. Your faith is the anchor in the storm. When uncertainty rattles your mind and fear whispers lies, you stand firm. Every prayer, every act of trust, every moment of surrender strengthens your connection to the divine. The chosen one does not rely on human hands for stability, they rely on the eternal hands of God. Forsaken by humans, but never by the universe, you are grounded, immovable, and prepared to rise at the precise moment God has chosen. Divine timing will astonish those who doubted you. When everything seems delayed, remember, the universe is never late. It moves with precision far beyond human comprehension. Every delay, every obstacle, every perceived failure has been orchestrated to position you perfectly for a breakthrough. The chosen one knows that patience is not passive, it is active alignment with destiny. What others see as waiting is actually the universe preparing the stage for your undeniable victory. The world may abandon you, but your purpose will never abandon you. Every step you've taken, every trial endured, every tear shed, has been in preparation for this very moment. The chosen one moves with clarity, courage, and certainty. You are protected, guided, and elevated by forces unseen. Every hardship has been a sculptor, shaping you into someone unstoppable. Forsaken? Yes. Isolated? Yes. But unstoppable? Absolutely. Your life becomes proof that when humans fail you, God never does. Your rise will be unmistakable. Those who doubted, mocked, or left you behind will witness your ascent and understand that their absence was never a punishment, it was necessary for your elevation. Every setback you endured becomes the foundation for your triumph. Every moment of solitude becomes the secret strength of your spirit, and every obstacle transforms into a stepping stone toward destiny. The chosen one does not merely survive adversity, they harness it, channel it, and rise gloriously above it, unstoppable, protected, and divinely appointed. Every rejection carried a hidden blessing. Those who turned their backs were not ending your story, they were redirecting it. Every no you received, every hand that withdrew, every voice of doubt created space for God's perfect plan. The chosen one learns to see absence as presence, betrayal as guidance, and isolation as preparation. You are moving not by human approval, but by divine orchestration. What seemed like emptiness was actually fertile ground for miracles, blessings, and unstoppable victories beyond imagination. Your pain is transforming into power. Each wound, each heartbreak, each night of despair has been a silent teacher. The energy of suffering is now being converted into courage, clarity, and spiritual magnetism. The chosen one does not wallow, they harness, transmute, and rise. Every scar becomes a beacon, every tear becomes fuel, and every setback becomes a launchpad. Forsaken by the world, yet elevated by heaven, you are becoming someone unstoppable, radiant, and divinely unstoppable. Faith moves mountains unseen. When doubt surrounds you and fear whispers lies, remember that the universe bends to trust. What humans fail to see, God has already arranged. Every prayer, every whispered hope, every act of persistence strengthens the alignment of destiny. The chosen one does not panic in uncertainty, they move with unwavering faith, knowing that every obstacle is temporary, every delay is intentional, and every challenge is a prelude to victory beyond comprehension. Your destiny is too powerful to be interrupted. Those who abandoned you, underestimated you, or doubted you cannot halt what God has written. Every plan against you fails before it begins. Every betrayal is neutralized. Every loss becomes the stage for triumph. The chosen one understands. Divine design is infallible, unstoppable, and precise. Forsaken? Yes. Tested? Absolutely. But victorious? Already ordained. What was meant to harm you only strengthens you, and every step forward resonates with the energy of unstoppable destiny. Your breakthrough will be undeniable, People will see the shift. Your energy, your spirit, your alignment with God's plan will radiate in ways they cannot ignore. Those who doubted you, abandoned you, or tried to stop you will witness your rise, and understand that heaven was moving on your behalf all along. The chosen one does not beg for validation. They embody victory, radiate power, and walk in a light that cannot be hidden. Every obstacle collapses before divine timing. Every setback becomes temporary, and every moment of patience blossoms into undeniable triumph. Every silence you endured was preparation. The quiet rooms, the unanswered calls, the lonely nights, they were all rehearsals for your rise. In the stillness, your soul strengthened, your vision sharpened, and your faith deepened. The chosen one understands that silence is not absence, it is alignment. While the world abandoned you, divine forces were gathering, moving, and positioning you for a victory so monumental it cannot be ignored. What felt like emptiness was actually a sacred incubation for unstoppable power. Your enemies unknowingly paved the way for you. Every person who betrayed, deceived, or undermined you contributed to the energy that propels your destiny. Their negativity, intended to harm, became fuel for your faith, fire for your spirit, and clarity for your path. The chosen one transforms adversity into advantage, betrayal into insight, and opposition into momentum. Forsaken by humans, but fully protected by God, you are walking a path that cannot be blocked, a journey that cannot be derailed, and a rise that cannot be denied. The universe conspires when your heart is aligned. Every act of patience, every prayer, every whispered hope, every choice rooted in faith ripples through the unseen, creating forces beyond human comprehension. The chosen one does not simply wait, they radiate, attract, and amplify divine intervention. What seemed random, slow, or uncertain was actually precise orchestration. Forsaken? Yes. Tested? Absolutely. Protected? Infinitely. Every step forward resonates with purpose. Every challenge serves a higher design, and every setback becomes a springboard to unstoppable triumph. Your breakthrough is preordained. Every tear, every setback, every night of despair was catalogued in the archives of divine wisdom. God has been orchestrating events, aligning people, and creating openings that no human effort could manufacture. The chosen one does not fear the unknown. They move in confidence, knowing every obstacle, every betrayal, and every delay was a necessary instrument in the symphony of their destiny. Forsaken by humans, elevated by heaven, unstoppable in spirit, your victory is already written. You are the living proof that God moves on behalf of the forsaken. Those who left, doubted, or abandoned you cannot negate what divine energy has already set in motion. Every challenge transformed you, every betrayal strengthened you, every lonely night purified your purpose. The chosen one is unstoppable because they do not rely on human approval, they rely on divine orchestration. Every setback becomes a story of triumph, every obstacle a stepping stone, and every moment of isolation a sacred forge preparing you for unstoppable victory. Every closed door was protection, not punishment. You remember the opportunities that slipped away, the hands that refused to help, the doors that slammed shut. At the time, it felt like rejection, but the chosen one knows better. God closes doors to keep you safe, to redirect your steps toward blessings humans could never provide. What seemed like failure was actually divine protection. Every loss becomes leverage, every absence becomes advantage, and every denial becomes the hidden architecture of your unstoppable rise. Your faith is the magnet for miracles. Even when everything seems bleak, when betrayal and abandonment surround you, your unwavering trust draws divine energy, guidance, and intervention. The chosen one does not despair in darkness, they illuminate it. Every prayer, every act of patience, every moment of trust amplifies your alignment with destiny. Forsaken by the world, yet fully embraced by heaven, your path is carved by unseen hands, and your triumph is inevitable. The storms you endured were rehearsals for glory. Every trial, every hardship, every heartbreak was a teacher in disguise. The chosen one emerges from storms not only unbroken, but radiant, wiser, stronger, and more aligned with purpose. What seemed chaotic was actually choreography. every painful step a deliberate positioning for divine intervention. Those who abandoned you will see the results, the energy, the unstoppable rise that was being meticulously prepared in your solitude. Every scar tells a story of divine protection. The wounds inflicted by betrayal, rejection, and hardship are not signs of weakness. They are proof of survival, proof of growth, proof that God is moving on your behalf. The chosen one wears scars like medals, each one a testament to resilience, faith, and divine orchestration. What was meant to destroy you has fortified your spirit, sharpened your vision, and prepared you for victories so great that they cannot be ignored. Your destiny is unstoppable because it is divine. Every act of patience, every silent prayer, every moment of perseverance aligns with the perfect timing of God. The chosen one does not chase fortune, validation, or recognition. They walk with purpose, knowing that what is destined will find them. Forsaken? Yes. Tested? Yes. But unstoppable? Absolutely. Every step forward resonates with unseen forces, every challenge becomes a stepping stone, and every moment of solitude is transformed into preparation for glory. Every moment of abandonment was a setup for elevation. You remember the friends who disappeared, the mentors who ignored you, the people who doubted your potential. At the time, it stung like fire, but the chosen one sees clearly. Their absence was divine engineering. Each moment of forsakenness created space for God to move, for new alliances, greater opportunities, and unstoppable breakthroughs. What the world meant for harm, God turned into the stage for your ultimate rise. Your resilience is your superpower. Every heartbreak, every betrayal, every disappointment was training, forging you into someone unstoppable. The chosen one does not crumble under pressure. They channel it, transmute it, and rise above it. Pain becomes clarity, doubt becomes focus, and setbacks become propulsion. Forsaken by humans, yet strengthened by the divine, you move with a certainty that cannot be shaken. Every trial is proof. Your spirit is unbreakable, your faith unshakable, your destiny undeniable. The universe aligns when your heart is faithful. Every choice, every prayer, every act of patience ripples through unseen forces, orchestrating opportunities humans cannot perceive. The chosen one does not rush, does not panic, and does not rely on worldly validation. Every closed door, every lost connection, every moment of waiting is precise alignment, a sacred choreography of divine timing. Forsaken? Yes. Tested? Absolutely. Protected? Infinitely. Every obstacle is a preparation, every delay a divine signal, and every setback a prelude to triumph. Your breakthrough will be both sudden and undeniable. When God moves on your behalf, it is unmistakable. Doors open without effort, allies arrive unexpectedly, and blessings manifest with precision. The chosen one does not question timing. They act in alignment, confident that the universe is orchestrating every step. What was once despair becomes celebration, what was once isolation becomes empowerment, and what was once abandonment becomes evidence of divine protection. Your rise is not only certain, it is spectacular, radiant, and unstoppable. You are the living proof that God moves for the forsaken. Every betrayal, every loss, every lonely night was preparation. Every tear, every heartbreak, every moment of fear was energy for your ascent. The chosen one stands now, unshakable, radiant, and aligned. Forsaken by humans, but never by heaven, your destiny unfolds with unstoppable force. You are not merely surviving, you are ascending. You are not merely walking, you are marching in purpose. You are chosen, you are protected, you are victorious. Every closed door was a hidden gateway. The moments when the world turned away, when opportunities vanished, were not endings. They were divine reroutes. Each rejection, each silence, each absence was shaping your path toward blessings no one else could deliver. The chosen one understands that what seems like abandonment is actually preparation, every obstacle a blueprint, and every moment alone a sacred stage for unstoppable divine movement. Your patience has been the fuel for miracles. Every hour of waiting, every silent prayer, every night of uncertainty built unseen momentum. The chosen one does not measure success by immediate results but by unwavering faith. What humans see as delay, God orchestrates with precision. Every setback, every moment of doubt, every challenge contributes to an invisible network of divine intervention. Forsaken? Yes. Tested? Yes. But prepared? Absolutely. Your breakthrough is not just coming, it is inevitable. Your tears were never wasted. Every sorrow, every heartbreak, every night of quiet despair was transforming into spiritual power. Like water nourishing seeds in darkness, your struggles were fertilizing the soil for your rise. The chosen one does not fear pain, they transmute it into clarity, resilience, and unstoppable energy. Every moment of loneliness, every wound, every betrayal is proof that God is working relentlessly behind the scenes to align your destiny. Divine timing eclipses human understanding. Every delay, every obstacle, every unanswered prayer has been part of a meticulously orchestrated plan. The chosen one does not panic, does not despair, and does not rely on worldly reassurance. Every closed door, every lost connection, every lonely night is deliberate, a sacred positioning for victory. Forsaken by the world but aligned with heaven, you walk a path no one else can see, yet every step is divinely guided. Your rise will be undeniable and spectacular. When God moves on your behalf, it is unmistakable. Doors open in ways that defy logic. Allies arrive at precisely the right time. Opportunities manifest with effortless alignment. The chosen one does not question the timing. They act in faith, knowing that the universe is already orchestrating their triumph. What once felt like despair becomes evidence of protection. What once felt like abandonment becomes proof of preparation, and what once felt like defeat becomes the stage for unstoppable victory. Every betrayal was secretly a blessing. The people who left, doubted, or betrayed you were not ending your story, they were clearing the way. Their absence made room for opportunities, divine connections, and blessings far beyond what you could have imagined. The chosen one does not see abandonment as failure, they see it as preparation. What humans intended for harm, God transformed into the architecture of your unstoppable rise. Every loss becomes leverage, every silence becomes strategy, and every closed door becomes a gateway to triumph. Your resilience is your weapon. Every heartbreak, every moment of doubt, every lonely night forged your spirit into something unbreakable. The chosen one does not crumble under adversity, they harness it, transmute it, and rise. Pain becomes clarity, trials become momentum, and setbacks become stepping stones. Forsaken by the world, yet protected by the divine, you are moving with unstoppable confidence. Every scar is proof, every tear is fuel, and every trial is evidence of God's relentless work on your behalf. The universe moves when your heart remains faithful. Every choice, every prayer, every act of patience sends ripples through the unseen. The chosen one does not rush, does not panic, and does not rely on human approval. Every closed door, every absence, every delay is part of divine choreography. Forsaken? Yes. Tested? Absolutely. Protected? Infinitely. Every obstacle is a preparation, every setback a prelude, and every silent night a stage for unstoppable alignment with destiny. Your breakthrough is preordained and unstoppable. When God moves on your behalf, it is unmistakable. Opportunities arrive, allies appear, and doors open in ways humans cannot comprehend. The chosen one does not question timing. They act in alignment with divine orchestration. What once seemed like despair becomes undeniable proof of protection. What once seemed like isolation becomes empowerment, and what once seemed like abandonment becomes a testament to divine intervention. Your rise is not merely inevitable, it is spectacular. You are living proof that God moves for the forsaken. Every betrayal, every loss, every lonely night, every tear, every heartbreak was preparation. The chosen one stands now, unshakable, radiant, and fully aligned with purpose. Forsaken by humans but fully embraced by heaven, you are not merely surviving, you are ascending. You are not merely walking, you are marching in unstoppable purpose. You are chosen, you are protected, you are victorious. Every challenge, every setback, every betrayal only amplified the power of your destiny. Chosen one, now is the moment to rise fully into your purpose. Everything you endured, the betrayals, the loneliness, the nights of doubt, has been forging a strength that cannot be shaken. God has been moving on your behalf in ways you could not see, orchestrating events, aligning allies, and opening doors that no human hand could control. What once felt like abandonment was protection. What once felt like defeat was preparation. What once felt like despair was the soil from which your victory grows. You are not merely surviving, you are ascending. You are not simply walking, you are marching forward with unstoppable purpose. Every scar, every tear, every trial has been transformed into power. The chosen one stands unshakable, radiant, and fully aligned with destiny. The world may have forsaken you, but heaven has never abandoned you, and your breakthrough is undeniable. And now, chosen one, your journey is bigger than just you. By liking, commenting, and subscribing, you are joining a community of the chosen, warriors of faith, vessels of divine energy, and carriers of unstoppable purpose. You are connecting with those who understand that when humans fail, God moves. Together, we amplify this energy, support one another, and step boldly into a destiny that cannot be denied. Stand tall, chosen one. Your time is now. Your victory has already begun. Amen.